Good Friday morning. I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth. Today is a First Alert weather day because of the snowfall that we'll see up in the Cascades. But first, we'll start you off with a look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal. Not seeing that much out there for this morning. Temperatures are cold. Much colder as opposed to yesterday morning. 20s in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, low to mid 30s in the lower Columbia Basin. The same thing in the Blue Foothills, and teens and 20s up in the higher terrain of the mountains. So many of us would probably contend with a little bit of frost for this morning. We are tracking definitely some much more active weather over the next 48 hours. This storm system lining up towards our south and towards our west, and so that will eventually impact us, of course. So for today, overall small shower chances will be seasonal, a little bit breezy, more on the winds in a second, but as we head later into the day through 5 in the morning on Sunday, that's when we're going with the First Alert weather day in the Cascades. 11 to 14 inches of snow for all of our primary Cascade passes. We've reeled this in just a little bit in terms of the timing and the snowfall amounts, but here's a new wrinkle to the forecast for tomorrow. A First Alert weather day from 8 in the morning to 5 p.m. for the Blue Foothills. Peak wind gusts could be between 60 to 70 miles per hour. So lots to talk about weather-wise on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a catastrophic power outage shuts down Multicare Orthopedics Northwest in Yakima, and we're hearing that vandals are to blame. We have the details on what happened.
The first local law enforcement leaders all coming together to call on the Yakima County coroner to resign, what they wrote in that letter request.
Also ahead, take a look. Dramatic video of an American Airlines plane catching fire after diverting to Denver. We really should know what we know so far. It's all in Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Friday, March 14th. It's National Pi Day.
It is 3.14, 314.
Yeah. A lot of news to get to today, a lot of weather to talk about as well. If you're headed over the mountain passes, Josh will have all that. But we want to start our morning with our headlines out of Yakima, where more than a half dozen local law enforcement leaders have signed a letter calling on Yakima County Coroner Jim Curtis to resign after he's been accused of using drugs on the job and making false statements to police. Curtis pleading not guilty to those crimes at his arraignment back in January.
That's right, and officials, including the Yakima County Sheriff, the Yakima Police Chief, and also other top officials, saying, quote, "Even though we are empathetic to Coroner Curtis's struggles and sincerely hope he can have a lasting recovery, some lines can't be crossed and specific behaviors cannot be tolerated." That letter requesting his immediate resignation. Curtis's term ends in 2026, and he has been on self-imposed paid administrative leave since September 2024.
Well, a catastrophic power failure has temporarily shut down Multicare's Orthopedics Northwest office in Yakima. It's in the Rainier building. That's where their facility is located. They had a major power failure yesterday morning. Multicare officials say it happened after someone vandalized a critical piece of power equipment. Yakima Fire and Pacific Power responding and shutting down power to the whole facility.
Safety of our patients and staff remains our highest priority. We're happy to report that there were no injuries resulting from this incident.
And Multicare officials say they don't know exactly when the power is going to be back on in the building. They've been reaching out to their patients to reschedule their appointments, and no word yet on if any arrests have been made in connection to that vandalism. And speaking of vandals, taking you to West Richland now, where vandals once again hit the Heights at Red Mountain Park. Now the restrooms are closed again until further notice. City says the damage happened sometime on Sunday, March 9th, and the restrooms had actually just recently reopened on Monday, March 3rd. They'd been closed since October of 2024 because they were being repaired after vandalism struck then. Well, residents with any information on this vandalism is asked to call the non-emergency police number.
Turning now to a follow-up, we have an update from the Tri-City Americans. The team says defense man Terrell Goldsmith was released from a local hospital last night, and he's resting at home. The team says he will continue to be monitored by the Americans medical staff, and this comes after a fight during a matchup with the Seattle Thunderbirds at the Toyota Center earlier this week. Now, during the second period, Goldsmith was hit in the face and became unresponsive. Fans described seeing Goldsmith land hard on the ice, and then he began seizing. They also say as he left the ice, he was able to signal a thumbs up to the crowd, and we'll keep you updated on this story. Now, the City of Zillah and Yakima County Development Association are launching a 3-part outreach series to support local businesses. The free events are designed to connect business owners in the greater Zillah area with resources and services to support their operations and expansion. And for the city also to hear from businesses, contractors, and developers on how they can improve.
The biggest goal is to listen to businesses of all shapes and sizes in the community and really focus on making Zillah even more business friendly to continue the economic growth that we're seeing right now.
The first event will be held from noon to 2 p.m. on March 18th at the Zillah Civic Center. You can register ahead of time to set up a one-on-one session with experts on things like funding, workforce development, and expansion strategies.
6:06 now, and big things are happening in College Place. The school district is laying the groundwork for an 11,000 square foot indoor field house.
How exciting, and this new project is set to transform their district campus. Our very own Monique Ledesma tells us what the timeline is looking like and how it's all about providing more opportunities. Take a look.
The College Place School District says once the new indoor field house facility is built, it is set to be located behind the baseball field near the home plate area. Superintendent Jim Fry says as of right now, current space is limited and overcrowded for indoor activities such as PE, sports, and activities. He says this new facility is a game changer for the community.
Imagine a gymnasium that's big enough for 2 full basketball courts to be running at the same time. So when you do that, then you can flip that and run a soccer field, indoor soccer field across it, and do that. You could have 2 or 3 perhaps indoor volleyball courts.
Fry says it would also allow for space for their cheer team and wrestling programs. As for how it would help enhance education,
classes that need wide open spaces for kids to be active, not just PE, but think of your classroom that they wanted to go out and do some hands-on activities, could also use the space because it would be accessible for that as well.
Fry says this new indoor facility is being made possible through a grant and by saving wisely in their school budget to prepare for a big project like this.
Accumulate interest on our savings, kind of like you and I do in our own accounts, but with more money in an account generates more, which also brought in quite a bit of money that will be able to be kind of the other half to match that. And by doing that, we don't have to go out and ask for a penny from our community.
Fry says this new addition is all about providing more opportunities for their students.
Our kids are important. They deserve the very best. Even though College Place is smaller, 1,450 students, we have amazing programs, and kids have a lot of opportunity here. And so we want to just continue to expand that and give them the best opportunities we can.
The new indoor field house is the beginning of 3 new projects at the district.
One is how do we support activities in athletics, and this is that. We're working on an ag science facility for our FFA and agricultural science program for our kids. And our district has invested heavily in our music programs. So those are the 3 priorities this year, and 2 out of those 3 are going to see very good movement in this school year.
The College Place School District says that they're hopeful to break ground later this year in the fall and then being completed with the construction for the new indoor field house within a year. Reporting in College Place, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a scary situation for passengers and crew members on an American Airlines flight when their plane catches fire. We have what we know so far coming up in your national news.
6:09, giving you that live look outside this morning from our Yakima Federal Cam, right here at the Apple Valley studio in Kennewick. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will be back with a look at your forecast and what we can expect throughout the day and as we head into the weekend.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings on premium mattress sets.
Like $99 for each piece on any size mattress.
Or $5.99 for a king-size Sealy plush mattress.
Even a queen-size Sealy plush mattress for $3.99.
Beat the buzzer. With crazy prices like this, they won't last long.
Get here before Markdown Madness ends March 31st.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Higher prices may be on the horizon, but right now you can lock in the best deals during the spring cleaning event at McCurley Mazda. This March, bring your trade, clean or dirty, and get an extra $500 off any vehicle purchase. Your old vehicle helps you save more today. Plus, get exclusive low-rate financing and special event savings on new and pre-owned vehicles. Outsmart the market and the potential of rising prices and lock in your savings today at McCurley Mazda.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
It's the Blue Compass RV Spring Blowout Sale. Pick your RV, pick your payment. With new RVs from $97 a month. Every RV comes with a 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete. A $5,000 value. Visit us online or in store today.
Colon cancer usually develops over time without symptoms. Screening is the best way to find it early. See AppleValleyNewsNow.com for more.
Prosser Digestive Health Center reminds us that colon cancer screening saves lives. This is how we care.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have a winter storm warning and also winter weather advisories that are posted for our region. You can read more about these by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. You can download that for free on the App Store or on Google Play. On to temperatures now. We're all below freezing in Kittitas County from Vantage all the way up to Snoqualmie Pass. Then down in the Yakima Valley, temperatures here also exclusively below freezing. In the lower Columbia Basin, still just a few degrees above freezing in the Tri-Cities, but the rest of the basin below freezing. And then in the Blue Foothills, technically a couple degrees above 32 degrees for Milton, Freewater, and Walla Walla, but the rest of Morrow and Umatilla counties well below freezing, specifically in the Blue Mountains, 16 for Cabbage Hill, 20 degrees for Ukiah this morning. So a lot of us going to have to break out the ice scraper. Might be contending with a little bit of frost is what I'm trying to say. Here's your day planner for lower elevations. A mostly dry day, could have some small shower chances as we head into this afternoon. So for today in general, a seasonal day, mostly dry across the map. That's definitely going to change as we head into tonight. Also winds a little bit breezy for today. That's also going to change for tonight. Wind gusts picking up and the mountain snow picking up specifically in the Cascades. But we have even stronger wind gusts for tomorrow, even more mountain snow that's on tap. I'll tell you how much snow. I'll tell you how strong the wind gusts. We'll talk about all of it coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. 6:13 in your national headlines this morning. Trouble on the tarmac when an American Airlines plane caught fire. Take a look at this video coming in this morning. You can see passengers evacuating to the wing of the plane as smoke just poured from the side of that airplane. This flight had left from Colorado Springs. It was headed to Dallas-Fort Worth, forced to divert and land here in Denver. American Airlines saying that this was an issue with the engine. The fire started once the plane landed. All 172 passengers and 6 crew members were able to make it off safely. FAA saying they will be investigating. All right, so much more ahead right here on Good Morning Northwest as we make our way into the weekend, giving you that live look outside from our Yakima Federal Cam here at the Apple Valley Studio in Kennewick. When we come back, we're going to check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He's going to have your full first alert forecast and what you can expect throughout the weekend. We're back right after this.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens App is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of People cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
If you're looking for a high-quality trailer at the right price, this is the place.
It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun!
The best deals of the year are going on now at Overturf Kia with a huge selection to choose from. Looking for a multi-purpose vehicle that comes in both gas and gas-electric hybrid? There's room for everyone in a new 2025 Kia Carnival, starting at just $38,990. Plus, get 5.49% interest for up to 72 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Hello, I'm Ben Gregg. I'd like to thank everyone this year for helping out and supporting Walker's Cares.
From the Team Up with Timmy campaign to now, Walker's Cares has raised over $325,000 to support local families and charities in our area.
Thank you to everyone who has contributed. We appreciate your support.
At Walker's Furniture and Mattress, a portion of every purchase is donated back to your community.
Your support matters. Thank you for choosing Walker's.
Wendy Redman is a leader in broadcast news. She breaks big stories, produces special reports that make a difference, and brings the news home each evening.
It's sometimes dramatic, but always informative.
Wendy Redman, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee, Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Next live, Uzo Aduba, and we open the inbox.
OMG, Mark. You are looking so handsome today. Give her your smile. Give the dazzling smile.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Kraken, Utah. Pregame at 6:30 tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're not seeing that much on the radar right now, just some snow showers that are building off towards the south and west, but it's definitely going to be a lot more active over the next 48 hours. Let's go ahead and put it into motion with Futurecast. So, you know, pretty calm for this morning, but snow showers arrive in the southern blues around midday, and by the mid to late afternoon, the action starts to ramp up in the Cascades again. Maybe dealing with some showers in the foothills or valleys by dinner time and into the late evening, and wet weather becomes a bit more widespread overnight and into the early morning hours of Saturday. However, lower elevations will see a lull in the action starting during the mid-morning, but around lunchtime, the next round starts to impact the Cascades. Dinner time could be a wet one as well, as the action turns much more widespread again, and passes will look pretty lousy as we head into the late night on Saturday into the wee hours of the morning on Sunday. Speaking of snowfall, here are some of the snowfall totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours. Definitely the most impactful total is going to be up in the Cascades. Could have feet of snow for those major passes, and we could have maybe half a foot of snow for Oregon 204. Definitely not as much for Interstate 84 or US 395. Okay, winds racing out of the south and west for tomorrow, specifically from 8 in the morning to 5 in the evening. Look at some of these projections for the peak wind gusts. 55 miles per hour in the Tri-Cities, 60 miles per hour in Pendleton, 70 miles per hour in Lexington. So we're especially going to watch the Blue Foothills very close, but all of our microclimates will see some very strong wind gusts. That takes us through Saturday. We have another storm system for Sunday and Monday, another one for Tuesday and Wednesday, potentially more towards the end of next week. But this Sunday, Monday storm system is starting to trend drier with the models. So we are reeling back in some of those snowfall totals that we had for Cascade passes. It looks like it's going to be a much more equitable affair this time between the Blues and the Cascades. That's why it's an early snowfall forecast. These numbers always can and will change. And then for Tuesday and Wednesday, overall models not thinking this storm system is going to be very impressive at all. High temperatures, it's actually impressive how steady our high temperatures are staying over the next 7 days. They don't span outside of a 5-degree window. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Mostly dry today, strong winds for tomorrow with rain chances picking up both Saturday and Sunday, then drier by Monday. In Yakima, windier and wetter for Saturday, rain again for Sunday, but drying out into next week. In Ellensburg, decent rain chances this weekend, maybe even picking up trace amounts of snowfall, but much drier next week. In Hermiston, maybe a shower or two today, very windy tomorrow with rain chances going up, but drier for Monday. Then in Walla Walla, thunderstorms likely tomorrow with stronger winds, more thunderstorms likely Sunday, but a little bit calmer to start next week. Now you're taking a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
What's great about basketball? Almost everything.
What's not great about basketball? The term three-pointer.
Boring.
Instead, let's just call them triple plays.
Check it out. Hit it, Steve.
Roberts has it, fires. It's a triple play.
It actually works.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Complete coincidence that that's also the name of where we work.
Not engineered by marketing, no way.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like Kicks, J.D. Power's most dependable small SUV, Sentra, a Consumer Reports top pick, and Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. All for under $30,000 at the Nissan Now sales event. Now get a low $229 per month lease on Sentra, or get up to $3,000 total savings on Rogue.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado. See your community Chevy dealers.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel provides the full spectrum of orthopedic care.
A lot of times when I talk to patients, they're in so much pain that they can't do their hobbies. We can use the machine to balance the knee before we make any bony resections, and then that will hopefully translate to a faster recovery and a better, more natural feeling knee.
To learn more about services including robotic joint replacement at Prosser Orthopedic Center, visit prosserhealth.org.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacy Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now on your side.
Welcome back, 6:23, and in your entertainment news this morning here on Good Morning Northwest, we're talking about Justin Bieber. He's opening up about imposter syndrome.
I love Justin Bieber, huge believer. So in a social media post, he wrote that his whole life he's always felt unworthy and felt like a fraud when people told him that he deserved his success. And he went on to say that if people knew how judgmental and selfish he really is, they wouldn't be saying what they've said.
Bieber adds he feels unequipped and unqualified on most days. Some people have raised questions online about Bieber's well-being after he appeared tired and a bit thinner in recent photos.
Yeah, a rep for Bieber and his wife Hailey disputing those concerns, telling TMZ that the pop star is just busy making new music, which we're excited about.
Yes,
and
so
also,
thankful he's doing that.
Yeah, and also being a new dad, which that'll take a toll on you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, take a look at this. Comedian Nikki Glaser has already been booked to return as the host for next year's Golden Globes.
So Glaser made history as the first woman to solo host the awards show, and her debut got positive reviews, especially for her playful roasting of celebrities.
Glaser said hosting was the most fun she's ever had in her career. She's currently on her Alive and Unwell stand-up tour, which runs most of the year.
Yeah, you can catch her hosting the Golden Globes January of 2026.
Yeah,
I thought she did a great job.
Yeah, people had a really good reaction to her, and her jokes weren't too mean. I think they need to.
No, they were funny.
Yeah, they were good.
It was with humor. There was light to it. Yeah,
and that's why she's coming back next year.
Sure is. All right, 6:25 still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Local police have been using drones more as tools to help fight crime, but we're learning that people could be using drones and committing their own crimes without even knowing it.
Emily Goodell has what the Yakima County Sheriff's Office wants the public to know, and that is coming up in your next half hour.
I've always had an eye for opportunity. As a kid, I was hustling, selling candy, mowing lawns, you name it. That drive never left me. The first time I tasted crumble, it was clear to me this was more than just a cookie. From that moment, I knew this was a chance to bring the taste of something new to our neighborhood. But I couldn't do it alone. That's where Happel came in. With their support, I was able to secure the loan that brought Crumble to our community. Where do you credit union?
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist Dr. Tegan Goodell is now caring for patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center. Dr. Goodell brings his expertise in sports injuries and advanced arthroscopic procedures to the community, offering comprehensive care to athletes and active individuals throughout the region. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Goodell, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 Wild Edition for just $299 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Owning a food truck was my dream, but my back and leg pain made every day a struggle. Then my personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm back to being the best version of myself.
Get back in the picture. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Jeff Kreutz.
And I'm attorney Megan Changaroya.
Thank you, Tri-Cities, for voting us Best Personal Injury and Best Overall Law Firm.
We are so honored and grateful to serve this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call the law firm that has served Central Washington for 30 years. Call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Kraken, Utah. Pregame at 6:30 tonight on Apple Valley News Now. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, we're in that phase where it's cold in here, but it's been nice out there.
Yes.
Which, if the bosses are hearing this, it's a little too cold in here. We need to change that a little bit.
This morning.
And if she's cold, that means it's cold, because I'm always cold.
Yes, and I run hot.
Well, it's actually pretty cold outside as well.
Oh, it's getting cold everywhere.
Yeah, so there's like no refuge,
That
which
tracks.
is the tough news. Yep.
Yeah, but you nailed that 3-degree guarantee.
Oh, geez, thanks. Well, since you mentioned it, let's go ahead and talk about it. Yeah, our 3-degree guarantee from yesterday. I went with a forecast high of 57 in Pasco Tri-Cities, and it verified at 57. So the jackpot went up to $275. So here are the stakes for today. I'm going with the forecast high of 55 in Pasco Tri-Cities. If it verifies between 52 to 58, the jackpot's going to go up to $300. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. All right, now it's on your screen as another live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal. The sky's starting to get a little bit purple this morning. And like we were just talking about, hey, it's cold in here, it's cold out there as well. 20s in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, a low to mid 30s in the lower Columbia Basin. We're just about as cold in the Blue Foothills and down into the teens and 20s in the higher terrain of the Cascades and Blue. So a lot of us contending with a little bit of frost for this morning. We're also going to be contending with this over the next 48 hours, this storm system building off towards the south and west, and this is going to be our issue. But for today in the Tri-Cities, a mostly dry day. If you did have to break out the umbrella, it would be into the evening hours. So in general, small shower chances, a bit breezy, but as we head into tomorrow, well, let me scratch that. 11 a.m. today, 5 in the morning on Sunday, we will have snow and a lot of it in the Cascades. That's why we're going with the first alert weather day, but that is going to continue into tomorrow, and the wind's going to ramp up for tomorrow as well. But to touch on the snow, I'll show you how this is going to impact our ski resorts with your ski report coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting this half hour off in Yakima County, where drones are becoming a more common tool for law enforcement. Yakima County Sheriff's deputies are using drones to fight crime, but we're learning that residents are also using drones more and could be using them to commit crimes without even knowing they're doing so. Emily Goodell has the story.
There's a lot of confusion around the rules for flying drones. That's why I asked the Yakima County Sheriff's Office to talk to me about how they use drones and how residents can do so safely and legally. Drones, an extra eye in the sky for law enforcement, whether they're looking for a missing person, helping with a search and rescue mission, or chasing fleeing suspects.
This is the Yakima County Sheriff's Office. You're under arrest.
Drones can also help scout the scene for SWAT or K-9 teams.
We have an interior drone that we need a warrant to fly into a high residence.
But sometimes other people's drones cause problems.
Individuals that don't know the regulations, they tend to go into areas there's no fly zones.
Like the Yakima Airport, Yakima Training Center, and any private airstrip. Drones can't fly at all in those no-fly zones, and they can't fly above 400 feet within a 5-mile radius.
They also tend to might violate people's privacies by hovering over their property or looking at people or watching people.
Which could result in criminal charges like trespassing, stalking, or cyber harassment. Drones also need to be registered with the Federal Aviation Administration, and you might need additional licensing depending on the size.
Go onto the FAA website and go by those federal laws and rules. And then if you still have questions and need a breakdown, feel free to contact the Sheriff's Office or your local department, and they should have an answer for you.
Deputy Diaz says drone users should also always keep in mind that helicopters and airplanes always have the right of way. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Emily, thanks so much. More news out of Yakima this morning. Not guilty is the plea from Kylia Toll, the Yakima woman accused of killing her baby. Now, her charges include manslaughter, criminal mistreatment, family abandonment, and in another case, animal cruelty. Toll is still in custody in the Yakima County Jail. Bail set at $25,000. Her next hearing scheduled for April 17th in Yakima County Superior Court. Well, this morning we are getting some updates from Washington State Superintendent Chris Reykdal on multiple trending topics. He recently spoke about some federal actions and their impacts on Washington schools. He's talking about recent local school board actions related to student civil rights and also funding for K-12 education. When asked about how federal cuts would impact students right here, this is what he had to say.
So the timing of this is brutal. It's why we keep saying to districts, be really cautious about engaging in any new discretionary grants from the feds. Like, at least don't add that pain to your plate, because we'll be doing everything we can just to see what our legislature gives us in state funds, what we think we can secure confidently in federal funds, and then we're going to hold our breath for a while.
Just this week, a lawsuit from Democratic attorneys general in 20 states, including right here in Washington and Oregon, was filed. It alleges that this week's mass layoffs at the Department of Education were unlawful and will hurt students beyond belief.
Turning to environment news, we're talking about a spring cleaning, one to help save our local birds. At the McNairy National Wildlife Refuge in Burbank, there are artificial platforms for ospreys to nest. But the Mid-Columbia River National Wildlife Refuge Complex says there's baling twine there, and this is something that these birds often use for their nests. And it can be a big problem. Why? Because their feet and legs can get tangled in it, and if they're not rescued quickly, they can die. Well, we're learning this morning that the twine has been removed thanks to the Columbia REA, and it's all cleaned up before the osprey can officially return.
6:35 still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A lot of people are getting ready to jump into the frigid waters of the mighty Columbia. The polar plunge. Hey, you can do it. Polar plunge right around the corner.
I'll do it for a good cause.
And this is for a good cause. The annual event supports the Special Olympics of Tri-Cities. Coming up, we're going to have more on the organization and how you can sign up.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacy Lee Weather, Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
At Fred's, discover the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. Introducing the new Electrolux 700 Series Alpine Green Washer and Dryer, an industry exclusive. 2 ways to sanitize. Remove bacteria and sanitize your way with the Cold Sanitize option, paired with Lysol Laundry Sanitizer, or use the NSF Certified Hot Sanitize setting, the most efficient washer on the market. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Time isn't just minutes or hours. It's the moments spent where and with the people who make home feel like home. That's why our newly expanded service department is here and open 7 days a week to get you in, out, and on your way. Any make, any model, same day. Get express service, same day at McCurley Chevrolet.
Ready to make beautiful music? It's time for the Trade Up event at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos. Trade in your current piano and upgrade to the instrument of your dreams. Whether it's a breathtaking grand or a state-of-the-art digital model, we'll help freshen up your music. With expert guidance and flexible financing, your dream piano is closer than you think. Start your musical journey today at DickersonsTriCityPianos.com and come visit our store in Richland.
This tax season, you can relax. There's no tax. Walker's Furniture is covering the sales tax for you. For a limited time, we're doubling down on discounts. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big, so you can get the tax break you need and a deal you'll love. Plus, with no money down special financing, you can create the home of your dreams now and pay over time. This week at Walker's, where quality just costs less.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel provides the full spectrum of orthopedic care.
A lot of times when I talk to patients, they're in so much pain that they can't do their hobbies. We can use the machine to balance the knee before we make any bony resections, and then that will hopefully translate to a faster recovery and a better, more natural feeling knee.
To learn more about services including robotic joint replacement at Prosser Orthopedic Center, visit prosserhealth.org.
Friday night is hockey night in Seattle. The Deep will be rocking, and the Kraken are ready to defend it as the league's 2 newest franchises face off. Kraken, Utah. Pre-game is 6:30 tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
Next live, Uzo Aduba, and we open the inbox.
OMG, Mark. You are looking so handsome today. Give her your smile. Give the dazzling smile.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here is your ski report brought to you by Schweitzer Village. And we're going to start off at Schweitzer, where they saw 5 inches of new snow over the past 36 hours. The base depth is now breaching 70 inches. For Ski Bluewood, according to them, no new snow over the past 36 hours. The base depth at 67 inches. And then for White Pass, we got fresh data just within the past hour. So we know that in terms of new snowfall over the past 24 hours, 4 inches, the base depth still at 60 inches. We'll keep it up in the Cascades, where we're going to start our zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We'll have a high in the upper 30s today for Snoqualmie Pass. Winds there gusting out of the south and east upwards of 30 miles per hour. And in general, we'll have small shower chances across the board. The same thing in the Yakima Valley. These highs up around 50 degrees, partly to mostly cloudy skies and low wind chances of rainfall. The same thing in the lower Columbia Basin. Now, this is probably going to be the microclimate where we could see the most sunshine for today. These highs in the mid 50s, light winds overall, but in the foothills, in the blues, these winds gusting out of the south and west upwards of 25 miles per hour. Right around 50 degrees in the foothills, colder than that, obviously, in the Blue Mountains. But again, generally pretty dry for today, low wind shower chances, but that's going to ramp up for tonight, but especially for tomorrow. Wind's going to pick up as well. I'll touch on all of that coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. 6:40 and the polar plunges are right around the corner. People will be jumping into the frigid waters of the mighty Columbia, all to support the Special Olympics Tri-Cities. Now, the Special Olympics here in Washington is celebrating 50 years of empowering athletes. Kobe Bauer, the Special Olympics coordinator in the Tri-Cities, says community support means everything, not just to her, but also to these athletes who rely on these programs.
For them, it is their community within a community. So it's everything, where they can be with people the same as them and they can just have fun and relax.
Now, for the athletes, the Polar Plunge provides the support that they need to stay active in sports and engage in their community. Bauer says these athletes are truly inspiring. Polar Plunge takes place Saturday, March 22nd at Columbia Point Marina in Richland, and there is still time to sign up. We have all the information up on our website. I encourage you to do it. All right, 6:41 still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. And we're also going to check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He will have your full first alert forecast as we give you a live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 6:41. We're back after the break.
If you like options, you'll love my $5 all-day big deal meal. Choose from 4 delicious entrees and 5 tasty sides with a drink. Oh, and nobody else includes breakfast items all day. Just this guy. At Jack, every bite's a big deal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pai gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Starting a business is hard. You have to stay connected at all times.
As we've been growing the studio, Spectrum's been there every step of the way. I'm always able to make the phone call that I need. I'm able to shoot that text message or that email. Every vital piece of equipment that we have here uses Spectrum.
Fast, reliable internet, starting at $40 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep your business connected.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house is the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist Dr. Tegan Goodell is now caring for patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center. Dr. Goodell brings his expertise in sports injuries and advanced arthroscopic procedures to the community, offering comprehensive care to athletes and active individuals throughout the region. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Goodell, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
Know what I'm doing tonight? I'm pouring chocolate all over my new banana French toast sticks. Crispy, fluffy, and just $2.99. What'd you think I was gonna say? Get so much more.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Kraken, Utah. Pregame is 6:30 tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are seeing a few snow showers creeping in from our south and west, and we're going to see more of this as we head into the next 48 hours, that's for sure. So we'll go ahead and time it all out with Futurecast. So we'll keep it pretty dry for this morning, but snow showers arrive in the southern blues around midday. And by the mid to late afternoon, the action starts to ramp up in the Cascades again. Maybe dealing with some showers in the foothills or valleys by dinner time and into the late evening. But wet weather becomes a bit more widespread overnight and into the early morning hours of Saturday. However, lower elevations will see a lull in the action starting during the mid-morning. But around lunchtime, the next round starts to impact the Cascades, and dinner time could be a wet one as well as the action turns more widespread again. And passes will look pretty lousy as we head into the wee hours of the morning on Sunday. So that's just kind of the gist over the next 48 hours. I, of course, want to talk about snowfall totals over the next 48 hours, maybe upwards of a foot of snow for our major Cascade passes. Not as much for our Blue Mountain passes, except for Oregon 204. Could get up to a half a foot there at Tollgate. Now on to tomorrow, the wind gusts we could see for tomorrow from 8 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon and evening. Definitely the emphasis is going to be on the Blue Foothills, potentially 60-mile-per-hour gusts for Pendleton, 70-mile-per-hour gusts for Heppner and Lexington. But look at the Tri-Cities. Look at Hermiston. Look up in the Cascades. But I mean, especially for the basin and the foothills. So it's going to be very difficult travel for high-profile vehicles. If you have any loose outdoor items, be sure to secure those. Everything I just talked about gets us through Saturday. We still have another storm system into Sunday and Monday, another one into Tuesday and Wednesday. So first, Sunday and Monday, this storm system trending drier with the model. So that's why we put in big, bold letters up here. It's an early snowfall forecast. It's always subject to change. Likely these do change. And so this one trending drier looks like a more equitable affair now in the Cascades and in the Blues. And then for Tuesday and Wednesday, this one was never looking that impressive, but overall an even drier storm system. High temperatures staying very consistent over the next 7 days. They're not going to range more than a 5-degree window. So seasonal and steady. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Mostly dry today, strong winds for tomorrow with rain chances picking up both Saturday and Sunday, and then drier by Monday. In Yakima, windier and wetter for Saturday, rain again for Sunday, but drying out into next week. In Ellensburg, decent rain chances this weekend, maybe even picking up trace amounts of snowfall, but much drier next week. In Hermiston, maybe a shower or two today, very windy tomorrow with rain chances going up, but drier for Monday. Then in Walla Walla, thunderstorms likely tomorrow with stronger winds, more thunderstorms likely Sunday, but a little bit calmer to start next week. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an Interpol alert issued for missing University of Pittsburgh student Sadiksha Kananki. The Global Yellow Notice, which shares missing persons information with agencies worldwide, coming at the request of the sheriff in Loudoun County, Virginia, where Konanki's family lives. Loudoun County authorities calling 24-year-old Joshua Reeby a person of interest. Officials say Konanki was last seen in this surveillance video leaving her spring break resort and heading to the beach with him around 4 a.m. He was captured on hotel cameras returning to his room the next morning alone around 9 a.m. Police say Konanki's clothes and shoes were found on the beach. No sign of any struggle. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest live from the Dominican Republic. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, Punta Cana.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make two feel like one, or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin. And fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 6:50. It's time for your morning sprint. We're going to start off with your national headlines. The federal government may not shut down tonight. Today, the Senate is voting on a GOP funding bill, and Republicans need a handful of Democrats to reach 60 votes. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is now saying he'll vote to pass it, but it's still unclear if the bill will pass. Democrats want leverage to push back on President Trump and rein in efforts on dismantling federal agencies. Dems are also pushing a bill that'll fund the government for a month, and this is to allow time for negotiations. And the Trump administration is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to allow his executive order that ends birthright citizenship to take effect while legal challenges play out. Trump issued the order on his first day in office, but then lower courts imposed nationwide injunctions against it. In a series of emergency appeals yesterday, the administration arguing the lower courts took it too far.
In your business headlines this morning at 6:51, the U.S. Postmaster General has signed an agreement with DOGE to help with reforming the USPS so it can be more financially stable. Now, DOGE teams will address the agency's mandates and requirements and also focus on improving management of its retirement assets and workers' comp programs. Over the next 30 days, about 10,000 employees will be trimmed through a voluntary early retirement program. And sales are dropping, according to Dollar General's CEO, saying inflation is causing a lot of low and middle income consumers to buy less. He says a lot of low income households in the U.S. are having a harder time staying afloat, some even living without basic necessities. Other companies also seen a drop in sales, including Delta Airlines, which cut its profit outlook this week, and Kohl's announcing it expects sales could fall up to 6% in 2025.
In your health headlines, a major local recall for Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. More than 70,000 of the King Harvest hummus cups are being recalled due to potential contamination with plastic. These were sold at Fred Meyer stores and have an expiration date between February 2nd and March 2nd of 2025. You can throw it away or return it to the store for a full refund. And your favorite acne treatment product may not be on store shelves. A total of 6 products are being voluntarily recalled due to elevated levels of benzene, which is a chemical linked to cancer. This includes products from Proactiv, La Roche-Posay, and Walgreens. And the FDA also stressing that this recall is being conducted at the retail level.
And the FDA has issued its flu vaccine recommendations for 2025 into 2026. For the upcoming season, it says vaccines should protect against 2 strains of influenza A and 1 strain of influenza B. The decision comes without input from the group of independent vaccine advisors whose meeting was canceled without explanation last month. So in lieu of that, the FDA brought together some of its experts, along with ones from the CDC and the Department of Defense. All right, 6:53, talking sports this morning. Steph Curry set a new NBA record last night, becoming the first player to score 4,000 career three-pointers. It happened during the third quarter in the Golden State Warriors game against the Sacramento Kings. Curry, already known as the greatest shooter in the league history, and it came just hours before Curry's 37th birthday, which is today. So happy birthday to him. All right, time for your top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. Several local law enforcement leaders have signed a letter calling on Yakima County Coroner Jim Curtis to resign. Now, Curtis is accused of using drugs while on the job and making false statements to police, crimes that Curtis has pleaded not guilty to. So in this letter, officials like the Yakima Sheriff and Police Chief are requesting the immediate resignation of Curtis. They also say that although they're empathetic to his struggles, some behaviors just can't be tolerated.
And the restrooms at the Heights at Red Mountain Park in West Richland are once again closed due to vandalism. And this comes just after recently reopening on March 3rd, and that was closed since October 31st because of the first round of vandalism. Officials say the recent damage was done between 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. on March 9th. Anybody with any information is urged to report it to police.
And the next superintendent of the Union Gap School District has been chosen. The board announcing Dr. Tom Brandt, selected after a nationwide search. He is set to be officially approved during the board's meeting March 25th. Dr. Brandt will be moving from Dallas, Texas, and is bringing more than 26 years of experience in education with him.
Yakima County is launching a free 3-part series to help support local businesses, and this is to connect entrepreneurs and to provide resources and help them grow and expand their business. The first part of the series is being held this upcoming Tuesday, that's March 18th, from noon to 2 p.m. at the Zilla Civic Center. Also, you can register ahead of time to set up a one-on-one session with experts.
Pasco School District's two-way dual language program is officially open for incoming kindergartners. Any student living in Pasco who is 5 years old before the first day of school can enroll in the program. PSD says all of its elementary schools offer this program, which is where students can learn both Spanish and English. Deadline to apply is May 30th.
Trending this morning is a special pair of goggles so that you can properly take in March Madness.
Okay, you may think you don't need these, but think again. Buffalo Wild Wings definitely thinks you do. The sports bar and restaurant chain is launching what it calls B-Dubs Vision Goggles.
I love the name.
B-Dubs.
You know, when Amelia Earhart went missing, they never recovered her body, but they did recover these.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
The idea is that you can watch all the March Madness games at once on Wild Wings' dozens of screens.
That's what I need to watch all my shows and keep up with them. Yeah. Well, the goggles have 4 arms and 5 mirrors that bend and rotate into various positions and extend in and out. Okay.
This is ridiculous. Limited edition goggles available online for $9.99 starting March 17th. They go on sale 9 a.m. Eastern.
Oh,
get them while they're hot.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
the B-Dubs.
$10. Hey, I mean, B-double-dubs.
They're gonna sell it like that. The B-Dubs.
B-Dubs.
Yeah.
B-double-dubs. Yeah.
B-double-dubs. Yeah, because 2 W. I don't know. I mean, those glasses are a win in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna try to get you some.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
yes.
welcome. Yeah. Are we winning in the weather department today?
Well, we need snow up in the Cascades,
Yes.
so we're winning in that regard. But the wind gusts that we're going to see for tomorrow, we're winding. That was lame.
Winding.
That's stupid. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. More, please. No, let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures this morning. 20s and 30s for lower elevations, teens and 20s up in the higher terrain. So a lot of us may be contending with some frost for this morning. That next storm system building off towards our south and west. Low wind shower chances for today, at least for lower elevations, but the snowfall will pick up in the Cascades. 11 a.m. this morning through 5 in the morning on Sunday could have 11 to 14 inches of snow for major Cascade passes. But take a look at this. These winds for tomorrow, 60 to 70 miles per hour for Pendleton and Lexington.
Goodness. Careful if you're traveling this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website.
Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5.
Have a great day. Stay safe this weekend.